Hi, my name is Rick Bloodworth. This is the Common Sense Christian channel. Today I have a very brief lesson on stewardship. I have another longer lesson on the Common Sense Christian financial channel that talks about budgeting and some of the things that Christians, I believe, could be helped with if they could become better stewards of their resources in life, and especially in the way that they handle money. But I wanted to introduce it with this video on this channel with a passage from Luke chapter 16. It begins with Jesus telling a parable about a man who was dishonest in his dealings, and because of that, he was let go. Well, he went ahead to be dishonest in order that he could gain friends for himself, so that once he lost his job, he could at least maybe have some people that would help him out after he had lost that job. And so Jesus just made a point that sometimes people in the world are more shrewd in handling their finances than people in the kingdom are. Now, he wasn't saying that was a good thing as far as them being worldly, but what he was saying, I believe, was there are certain things we need to learn how to be good stewards in and good managers of God's possessions. And so at the end of that parable, this is what he said in verse 10 of Luke 16, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much, and whoever's been dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. So if you've not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? And if you've not been trustworthy with someone else's property, who will give you property of your own?" I think one of the hardest things for us to do as Christians in this world is to handle our money correctly, to make sure that instead of bowing down to it as an idol and putting it before God, we need to make sure that we are instead using it as a tool, just one of the many tools that God gives us, but a tool to be used in His service. If we can learn that, if we can learn how to properly manage money, then maybe it will keep us from turning it into an idol. And I believe that's one of maybe the biggest challenges that we have in life. God put us in a physical world with physical challenges. He did that intentionally. He wanted, I believe, to find out if we would serve Him in good times and in bad, and if we wouldn't get distracted in our service with other things that were really inconsequential. So again, I've got another video up. It's on my other channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description below if you'd like to look at that. But it's specifically on how to budget our money with the intent of being the best stewards of God's possessions that we possibly can be, and also with the intent of maybe reducing some of the unnecessary stress that we heap upon ourselves because we don't learn to budget our finances properly. Well, again, I knew this was going to be a short video, but the main video is posted on our other site. I'll leave that link in this description. If you'd like to look at that, I'd encourage you to do that. But thank you for watching today. I hope we'll see you again next time. And be sure and check out that other video if you're interested in learning how maybe to budget your finances a little bit better, especially on this first day of the new year. I think it's something that we all could maybe have a goal in mind on as far as becoming better stewards of God's possessions in this year. Thank you for watching. I hope we'll see you again next time. God bless.